49 month to date is 120, 3 months to date is 600, but tomorrow I see, let's say nope, nothing happened, 49, 120, but I have got 601, I would know something happened there. You need to get into this tracking, analyzing and optimizing. Thank you guys, you understood the entire jargon that I mentioned. So you would be able to get to that ROI out there, and this is where I would like you to persist on the specifics that you want to have. Okay? So when you look, I'm moving on, gentlemen. Okay. So when you're looking at different tactics, so sometimes you would want to say, I want to do website SEO, or sometimes you want to say, I want to do customer engagement. What are the things that I could do? So if you're looking at customer retention, you would require to do SEO, you want to do PPC, you want to do email mobile, probably you want to do online reputation management. If you're doing it, branding, probably you're looking at social media, banner, content marketing, affiliate marketing, and online reputation management. By the way, this is not exhaustive, but you can use it as a starting point. If you don't know how to cook, the recipe books could be the starting point. This is something that I want to use on, and that's where I stopped in module 1. And what's the time like? 4 o'clock? 2:15. Oh, 2:15. It's 2:15. What time is that? 1:50. So I'm doing good. I'll take some questions before. Do we have a break now? No, we continue with it. Okay, I'll take some questions on whatever that I've covered and beyond. Am I making sense to you, or am I generally having my own song and dance? Gentlemen.
You're making sense.
Okay, thank you very much.
Your song and dance is making sense.
Okay. Yes.
I would like you to, if possible, incorporate some B2B examples apart from B2C.
Okay. This is a very good question. Okay. B2B and B2C is a myth in e-marketing. Okay. What do you sell or what do you buy?
I sell software products.
You sell software.
To companies.
Look, I am the CTO. If you and I were to transact, I need to like you. It's B2C. So I have another presentation which is not in the scope, but until and unless you like me, you will not give me an opportunity, or you will not get an opportunity to make me aware about your business offering. So B2C and B2B is a myth in e-marketing because it's customer-centric plus plus.
So there is no B2B as per you, actually.
The concept doesn't work. It's like it does not permeate and become okay. It's more often, that's why if I'm going to Delhi and I want to talk to all the retailers, I can actually write an email on LinkedIn saying that, hey, I'm in Delhi and I would like to connect with you. It will not work because you're first time writing. What you could write is, hey, gentlemen, I'm selling software and I always wanted to connect with you. Great profile. I've read your article here. I would like to connect with you to see how I can. You need to get into high strategy. You need to get into, what is the next one?
Connection, then conversation.
No, you're not getting it right. High strategy. So how do you say high is very important? Conversations. Then you need to get into conversations right. And sometime in the future, next time you're in Delhi, you would say, hey, going to be in city, can we catch up for a cup of coffee? Right? And that's how you would be able to look at it. So, in fact, you need to be more B2C when you're doing B2B marketing and e-marketing. Because you want to sell software, it's not one block who is going to decide. It's a series of blocks, which is called account management, which is a different subject altogether. Who is the influencer, who is the decision maker, who is the guy who actually signs the check, who is the guy who would generate the purchase order. You need to get into all this. On top of it, you need to make me like you, you need to make me understand that my business would be better with you. It's making sense? Yeah. Any questions?
Let me a comment which goes to the discussion you were having with that gentleman. The fact is, if you look at the volumes of business transacted purely online today, is huge and it's growing hugely. And if you look at specifically Amazon and Barnes & Noble, so I think that is the kind of paradigm which is actually becoming more and more universal. There's no choice but to move online. Yes.
Because it's convenience. Okay. How many of you are married? Please, be bold enough to. Okay. Okay. when you are looking at anything like a relationship, it depends on three things. According to my perception, this is my perception, okay? Because otherwise you might jump on me, right? One is proximity, second is convenience, third is what is in it for me. You look at it, this is something that I came up with after reading a lot of books, going through a lot of things. Marketing, business, everything is same thing. I move out from Bombay to Hyderabad, my client might not be ready to work with me. So it's the convenience, proximity, and what is in it for me, and more so online convenience. I want to search out for a guy who would be able to rent out a yacht to me in Ariba. If you were to, you have the monies, probably you're loaded. How much time would you take to find out a couple of guys who would be able to do that if you have the online with you? I would not only get the name number, I would also get some experiences, and I can also connect with them. It happens and remove online. How much time would you do this? Can you do this?
But what information you find online may not be as authentic as you do it in realistic terms.
Data and information is readily available to you. The kind of inferences.
You can be conned offline as well.
You can be conned anytime.
Exactly.
Probably you are being conned right now.
No comments.
Thank you very much. But coming back to it, you get data information. How would you use that for your inferences? Making sense? So you might get that, but you can build on it. If you were to be completely believing in it and go and jump onto it and you get a bad experience, you get wiser. This is what wise is all about. If you say somebody is wise, that burger got beaten up big time. Right? That's exactly what it comes through, and you need to be using your discretion for it. Yeah. Last question, then we move on to the next one.
How do you compare ROEs, say, the money spent on traditional marketing versus money spent on digital marketing?
Okay.
How do you compare which is better?
Okay, this is a pain point actually. I should tell you one more. I would come up with an experience of mine, and probably from there you can extrapolate and when you are looking at digital marketing, you're actually at a disadvantage. Let's say I was doing a marketing thing for a telecom company a couple of years back. They had about 3 crores to be spent for a specific marketing communication. And when everything looked at it, they said, okay, we'll spend about, how much was that? 10 lakhs? 10 lakhs. So they spent 10 lakhs on digital. And how much did they spend on non-digital? 2.9. The entire campaign went. These guys from this agency, I still remember how I hated it. These guys came in at 11 o'clock, finished their review, 12:30 they are out. 1.5 hours. We got into review, 5:30 we are still answering questions because we got a lot of data with us. And they know that I can drill down, I can open up the web analytics, I can open up the AdWords account, I can open up the web server logs. They were asking question after question, but in the end I have to literally say, Mr. Gentleman, you spent 10 lakhs with me and you are grilling me for the last 5 hours. This is an experience, now you answer it yourself. Okay? One last question before I move to the next model. Okay, 2 questions. I'll take this. Okay.
Just asking you, e-marketing for high-end products like luxury products and fine jewelry, you think it makes more sense because it's very difficult selling it even through offline market?
What's your graduation, sir?
Huh?
What's your graduation?
Fashion management.
Okay. So, if you are a fashion, and what can be your average order value when you say luxury?
40,000 to start.
So, you want the customer to spend once in a year, every month, every week?
Every day.
Realistic.
Once in a 2 week maybe.
Once in 2 weeks. Wow. So, if you're looking at someone who wants to spend 80,000 with you, this guy is a merc, have a bungalow, Juhu Beach, right? And someone who goes for page 3 kind of parties. Now you see where you can put your marketing communication. Putting a Facebook page is not going to be right.
So you're saying it's not,
No,
e-marketing is not good?
it is. Let me give you another example. Let me give you, come in, I see a lot of familiar faces. Okay, when you're looking at, I'll give you another, probably that's something that I can't relate, but I'll give you one example. There is a school in UK which wants to acquire admissions from India, and the school fees per annum is 20 lakhs. Which means that by the time these guys complete 12th standard, giving their extra money, pocket money, stuff like that, 1 crore happens. No point in putting an ad in newspaper, no? Now what we did, and then this is something that I wanted to, we looked at all the places that IIPM advertises.
Think beyond ads.
And we put our ads there, it worked like a charm. Making sense? You're being an extra guy. Now, you need to really figure that out. If it is a luxury product that you want people to spend 80,000 every month, you need to get the customer-centric plus. Don't look at your product. Look at the customer. Don't get into your shop and wait for the customer to come in. You go back to the customer who bought from you, who is your ideal customer, and do little research. Ma'am, I have a coupon where you can take it from whatever the big 5-star hotel is. Come out for a coffee. You can bring in your boyfriend, and I can, whosoever, we can get into a conversation. That's how you would get to know customer-centric plus. Am I making sense, or am I? No.
No, yes.
So
Yes or no?
What you're suggesting is using this for purposes of getting to know the target audience, to ask them, query them.
Customer-centric plus, sir. If you have a product market ready, does not mean that you are in business. You need to have paying customers coming to you. And if you don't know who they are, what they want is, and how you want to engage with them, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that I'm trying to vocalize in the last 60 minutes, you need to get there. Don't attempt to do a cut-paste kind of a strategy there. You need to get very specific.
So you're saying that for luxury and high-end products, you need to get, your strategy should be totally different.
It's the same approach. If I want to sell a sanitary napkin, it's the same approach that I need to do. How do I sell a sanitary napkin to a teenage girl to a 40+ year person is going to be very different. Please understand the customer centricity there. The moment you understand customer centricity, you will do a fantastic song and dance. But if you don't, yes sir, I'll take the last question there.
So, it's just an observation I think which we often lose track of. And, unlike a mature market like the West, in India, which is an emerging market, a lot of online traffic is used to get information and data, but the purchase happens offline.
Right.
I have noticed a lot of stuff happen that way. So, there are a lot of people who come to consumer goods. People are still not very happy ordering online. I have seen a lot of stuff happening where people go and check the specs, do the complete research, and when you see their behavior in large format retail, in consumer, you know that they're coming and asking very specific stuff. Means they have done the research, they know which is the best price.
Jump the gun. What did I say? E-marketing is developing relationships one-on-one.
Correct.
It's actually more closer to dating multiple people at the same time. Okay? What are the 3 things that I said in relationships?
Proximity.
Proximity, convenience, what is in it for me? Right? If you are looking at this, you need to ensure that you really track it right. Once you start tracking it, you would be able to say, hey, this customer came from, now you would be, this customer, I brought this customer to the website, so awareness happened, but he jumped off offline. If you don't have the tracking there, you lost out on your ROI for the online budget, right? So you need to get your act together to track it right.
This is a recent case, and this is a campaign that is going on, and I asked a couple of my colleagues in Apple, why are you blowing one-page mainline media continuously? And it is going on for last about 30 to 60 days. And while the online marketing for iPhone is very minimalistic, you don't see much of it, and you often wonder why that is not happening. Whereas the offline stuff is really pushing the envelope, giving you 10% cash back on Citibank, multiple EMIs and multiple stuff.
Think little strategically.
Yes.
Okay, iPhone 5, how much does it cost? It's kind of a luxury product, right? 40,000.
45.
So 45, this guy is the customer for 45K. Okay? Now, why do you think they're giving full page online ads? I want you to think a little different, and I really want to get the answer.
Offline it is.
Offline. Why? Because if this guy needs to buy a 45K, he is already an iPhone 4 guy, he needs to sell it to someone. And it is becoming aspirational for me, who I don't have an iPhone, and I go into the market and say, I need an iPhone 4 second hand. It percolates down. So iPhone 5 is creating awareness. There is a lot of iPhone 3, which is still available in the market, functional, but there is a huge market for it. They are not trying to get sales, they are trying to observe whatever that is there in the market, so that the guys, if you look at the law of diffusion of innovation, the guys who are innovators and early adopters need to have an opportunity to buy a new phone, because the wife will not allow, right? If he wants to buy an iPhone 5, he needs to expend or give out it at a cash to someone else. That's where the marketing strategy comes in. So the big ad is not for the guy to sell iPhone 5, it is to create an awareness about the aspirational aspect of iPhone 5. Therefore, people below you're able to get me, I'm not sure whether, the more this guy can turn it around, he would be able to buy a new one. How many Macs can you buy? Right? Until unless, if I can expend it, I would be able to buy a new one. And where would I expend it? Somebody has to buy it at a price. I don't know, I covered a very important, subtle insight here. If you got it, I'm happy. But anyway, if you haven't got it, that's okay. I'm also like you. Sometimes.
I think you didn't get the answer.
The
Okay.
point is that the iPhone campaign also takes the iPhone along with it.
So it's creating awareness, it's creating aspirational value. I can't buy iPhone 5. So I have, somebody has to buy my iPhone 4, right? To buy an iPhone 5.
I think the question was not clear. Let me just put it like this. Why spend so much of money for offline ads? I know it is like, it's very expensive than compared to any kind of online advertisement. So here, Apple being a company who's in technology, is spending so much of money into additional advertisement. Why should they be spending so much of money?
Business.
Maybe part of that will be
Why does Google Chrome put a hoarding on a highway road? It's the same reasons, but they want more people to be aware. Therefore, it creates a pull from the bottom up. Okay? I think I'll take it offline. I'll get into this. Can you get me set? Am I supposed to do this? Okay. I'm going ahead with it, assuming that this is the presentation that I need to make. I'm moving on to the module 1, understanding. So we talked about customer-centric plus, and you might be completely filled in terms of your cup. But I'm going to dig a little more deeper into customer centricity. You with me? Good to go? If you're good to go, raise your right hand. Right. Okay, thank you. We talked about this. I don't want to go into this. I'm just trying to build on what I said. Making sense? Marketing, all that colored stuff. We said all businesses today must do all this. Therefore, the point is this. A lot of colors there. Understand consumers online. Who is your customer? This is something that you need to look at. Customer-centric plus is what I'm looking at. So let's look at a business offering. So I'm going to do, this is a lot of discussions. If you don't do it, I'll complete in 15 minutes. Okay? So give me a business offering that we would work for the customer. Anyone? By the way, how many of you are real marketers? Your salary package depends on your marketing prowess. How many of you are marketers?
Creative. It covers creative, me too.
Okay, market creative is
Digital.
so it is. How many of you are marketers? Little. Be proud, no? Okay, thanks for that. How many of you? So what is the kind of functions you have? What do you do, ma'am?
Myself?
Yeah.
I'm jewelry.
So you own the business?
We are starting with a portal of.
So you're a
selling jewelry.
marketer / entrepreneur?
Yes.
Why did brothers you had not up?
I thought it's pertaining to only
You need to understand you.
See,
What do you do,
I
sir?
said.
I'm an architect.
You're an architect. Do you sell? Do you get projects?
You're
So you're a marketer, right? What do you do, ma'am?
Okay. Online marketing.
Did you raise your hand?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably did. What? Okay, you sell. So come here. Hi. Get it early.
I learned.
So we all are marketers, means we should have this ability to get into conversations. Because if you don't get into conversations, you would miss out on your high strategies, your conversation strategies. Therefore, you will lose out on identifying the intents. So when I ask a question, I want more people to talk. For all you know, you could have your next business partner here, or you could have the next company that could give you a job. I mean, this is a little tip which my boss always used to post me. You go to the conference and ask the first question, such an intelligent question that forget about the speaker, people will come and talk. It's a good strategy. So let's work on what's a business object. That's all motivation for you to give me on business.